I went from this to this. What's up, y'all? It's been a minute since my last video because I've been building this. I finally moved from my little shed out back into my garage, and I cannot be happier. I've got so much more space out here. Let me give you a little tour. So just to compare, my old shed out back was 12 feet wide by 15 feet long. I had a single man door, not a double door or anything like that, so it was really hard to get bigger sheet goods in there. Virtually impossible to break down anything over 6 feet long, whether it's just a board or a piece of plywood or whatever. So forget about all that. Here I have a single car garage. It's an oversized 3-car garage is what I've got. So I took over the single car side. I've got my existing old workbench over here off to the side, which is an embarrassing mess at the moment. That is going to get rebuilt into a much better workbench with drawers and cabinets above, and I've got my big toolbox over there. So I still have a whole bunch of space over there that I can bleed into, but this is my main area. So this is 20 feet deep by 10 feet wide, and then I've got, like I said, I got the space over here. Okay, so over here I've got my miter station. I had 2 spare cabinets just laying around. One already had a top on it. I threw a piece of OSB on the other side just because I had, again, just using scraps. I'm using what I've got to build this place right now. My existing miter saw, built this out of some scrap 2x4s that I had laying around. Got this nice and flush. I've never had an actual miter station before. This is kind of great. Had some more spare cabinets laying around that I just threw up on top of these benches, and had a shelf laying around, and I just threw that up there, and I got some storage up there now. Got some storage for some tools and stuff like that, sanders, circular saws, stuff like that underneath here. I am able to cut 8-foot boards on here. I can run it all the way down into my other workbench. It's, like I said, it's a mess right now, but when I rebuild that, this is all going to be like one big unit, one big workstation with upper cabinets and lowers and drawers and stuff like that. So I'm going to have a ton of storage out here. So as of right now, this is my main workbench. I have plans to build a big 4 feet by 5 feet work table that'll be on casters. This will be my primary work surface for now. When I replace my old workbench, build my new one, that'll be a good, like a woodworking bench. And this will be more like an assembly table, outfeed table, that kind of thing. So being able to rip a board on here and actually have an outfeed table, to me, is just massive. Out there in my other shop, I never wanted to use this thing because I never had the space to rip anything. I just had to do everything on a weird angle, had to move all these tools to be able to use my table saw. And now I've actually got the space. I can just plant it here, not move it. Don't worry about it. I'll have a ton of space. This shelf here is going to be deleted here very, very soon, like this week. I got to build some other shelves that I'm going to attach to this wall. Just for storage, like, feather boards and push sticks and, stuff like that. I've got some offcuts up here that I'm storing right now. Off to the left is where my main dust collector will be when I get that. I don't have one yet. But then I'll run some ductwork down this whole wall or along the floor or something like that, and I don't know what. For my joiner, my planer, my router table, all those things are going to be on wheels, which is great. I've got my bandsaw over here. It's not on wheels, but it doesn't need to move. I think I've got plenty of space for it here. And then I have this huge area right here for, like, if I'm building cabinets or a table or something like that, and I need it on the floor, I have this huge space.
So many activities!
Which I never had before. Out there, no space whatsoever. If you remember one of my previous videos where I was building that console table for behind the couch, man, I had that thing took up the whole room. It was so big. Because that was 8 feet long, and that took up almost the entire width of my shop, 12 feet wide. And with all the tools crammed in there and everything like that, no space. So out here, I have a ton of space. It's great. So over here, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. If I want to do just a big bank of cabinets above these tools, or if I want to just do like a French cleat wall, I'm not sure. I like to have a place for everything, keep everything nice and organized. So I got to try to figure all that stuff out. I also like to be able to see my tools, though, so where everything's at. So I might just go ahead and build a French cleat wall and deal with the dust. Get one of those little mini leaf blowers or something. I don't know. Figure that kind of thing out. So I don't know if you got any ideas. Let me know. Love to hear them. This right now, I've got my air cleaner hung up by this rack that it was already here. I just left it. For now, it's going to end up being deleted. I'm going to put a lumber rack up here and then end up suspending this from the ceiling, kind of right where it's at. The lumber rack is going to go along this wall here, probably, or above over on that side. But that's where I've got this for right now. And I've got it on a remote switch that I can trigger kind of throughout the shop here. So over here, I've got a power strip that I've got. Once I build my permanent table, this will be integrated into the table. So this is just kind of temporary. I've got a shop vac underneath here that's going to be ran off of my remote switch. So if I'm sanding or something, it kicks it on. This is the one I'll also kind of drag around if I need to, like sweeping the floor or whatever. I've got another one that's dedicated to my miter station over there. But I'm not really sure what to do with this wall yet because I won't be able to reach a whole lot that I have over here. So I'll figure that out. I'm not sure. I thought about putting some clamps on here, stuff like that. So everything out here is kind of temporary. So I still need to build a bunch of shop furniture. I'm building a bunch of cabinets, drawers, work tables, like a proper work table. All that good stuff. All this stuff is going to be kind of relatively temporary. I just brought a bunch of stuff out from my shop that I had laying around, scraps, some spare cabinets that don't even match. I'm laying around. Used some scrap wood to build my miter station here. So that's, it's functional. It works. I've already cut 8-foot long boards on there without any problem, which could never do outside in my other shop. So this has been just a huge improvement already. So, and I was able to cut down 2 4x8 sheets of plywood in here. Like I said, could not dream of doing that out back in my old shed. So this is a huge improvement already. 20 amp circuits out here that I didn't have before. I had a couple 15 amp circuits out here already. For some reason, when the house was built, there's no 20 amp out here. There's no 220 out here. I don't know why. There were some lights, but I grabbed my lights from the shop, brought them in here, brighten this place up. The other side is like completely dark in comparison. It's crazy. I got to get some more lights in here in general. The floor is concrete and it's much more level than that wooden shed out there. That shed floor was really, really bad as far as wasn't even close to level. It was sagging in spots. I was worried about adding the weight of other workbenches and other heavy tools out there. Like when I moved my table saw around and my joiner around, the floor was sagging really bad. So it made things kind of dicey. So big win with the electric, big win with the floor. Another huge win out here. I got insulation. It was 34 degrees this morning. I came out here and it was 46. It's 39 right now outside and it's 54 degrees in here. I've got no heat, nothing. This is just what the temperature is. And I've even had the garage door open for a little bit this morning. All this stuff I could have done out there in the shed, but to shore up the floor, to replace the single main door with a double door or a garage door or something like that, or a barn door, that would have taken money and time. Insulation would have taken time and money. Just moving out here, taking the time to run the circuits, and basically taking everything that was in here, moving it out there, and everything out there, moving in here, just took a lot of time and trying to get everything organized. But for the most part, I'm done. I still got my clamps to bring in, and I got to build a clamp rack somewhere to store all my clamps because I don't have anywhere out here to do that yet. So that's in the works. I'm going to build a cart for my planer. I'm going to rebuild a new router table. And then my miter station, I've got plans to rebuild that. That's going to take the whole length of this wall and go all the way down and bleed into this workbench when I rebuild my old workbench. So big plans for out here. Cannot wait to get to work. So yeah, this shop is a game changer for me completely. I'm really looking forward to getting to work out here. I've got a lot of cool projects that I've got planned. I'm still working on that grand piano project. Can't remember if I mentioned that on a previous video, but I've got a 120-year-old grand piano that no longer pianos that we're converting into a bookshelf. It's over at my parents' house. My dad and I are working on that together. So totally looking forward to that. That's a fun project. It's going to be a really big project. But I do have some shelves for that project that I need to mill and build over here. So I will be doing some filming of, actually getting the piano built and the bookshelf built and installed and finished, all that stuff like that. Probably be a multi-part video. That's just a massive project. We've already been working on it for better part of a year now. I'll get some footage of that project and we'll get that out. Also get a video out of me building the glider. That'll be my next project that I get started on. Looking forward to that. I've got a couple other projects that I've got planned that I want to work on. One, I want to start building some outdoor furniture. Springtime's happening. I think, A, I need some outdoor furniture myself, but B, Hoping to sell that around here locally, drum up some business and stuff like that. So outdoor furniture is something I could throw together relatively easily and sell, I think, hopefully relatively easily around here. I know a lot of people are selling planter boxes and stuff like that right now, and they say they're selling out like crazy, but the market is like around here anyway. I could go out to marketplace and everybody's selling these cedar planters and stuff like that. So I know it's a cheap and easy win, but at the same time, if the market's already saturated with it, I just don't know it's going to be super profitable since other people are already selling them like crazy, I guess. So trying to figure out where to go to start selling things and how to get this business really going. I feel this shop move has kind of put me on hold for about 3 weeks. So I need to really get churning some stuff out. I got to start making some money doing this stuff. So one thing I did do recently is create a Facebook page for my business. I was never on Facebook before. I'm kind of not really a big fan of that whole scene. In the hopes of getting my business out there and stuff, I went ahead and created a Facebook account. Check us out on Facebook. We're out there now. I already had my Instagram set up. That's already out there as well. My Etsy store has done nothing. I know Etsy, right when I created my shop, Etsy kind of changed some things, and these smaller Etsy shops that really are just getting started or haven't done a lot of business or just getting buried. So I'm probably going to just delete that and get rid of that. I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. So really hoping to drum up some local business around here, either through, Facebook or, selling things on Marketplace or just word of mouth kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm going for right now. I do have some other products that I'm going to start building, and I'll share that in several multi-part videos coming up. I'm looking forward to get started on part 1 of that here in the next week or two. It's really kind of what got me going on this woodworking venture in the first place. So circling back around to my original idea and trying that as well. So I'll share an update on that here very, very soon. So if you're interested in seeing what we got coming up, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, give me a thumbs up, follow the Beard and Bourbon Woodshop page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Keep an eye out and see what we got going on. A lot of cool stuff happening here in the near future. So appreciate your support. Thank you very much. And let's go make something.